Okay, so to preface this video, recommend you watch it in full and don't just watch half of it, because I think it'll come off as kind of just depressing instead of purposeful. I don't know. There's this overwhelming feeling that I think all men will face, and that's just the feeling that none of it matters. That we wake up every day and complete tasks all day, succumb to our bodily urges until we get too tired to complete any more tasks. Then we go to sleep and the cycle repeats. One day you're eating dinner and you get a little bit drowsy, you want to go to sleep, and it kind of just clicks and you go, well, why do I want to go to sleep? Right? It's just this bodily urge, and if I don't do it, then my body won't be able to recuperate, my brain might not work as well. In a few days I'll start going insane, maybe I'll start seeing things, right? But you just go, why? Right? Why is this a thing that we need to do? And you start questioning everything. And then you go, why should I get out of bed? Right? In 100 years, no one will remember you unless you did something that was either so terrible that you're written down in history books as a terrible human being who did atrocities, or you did something so good, so new, so profound that you'll be put into textbooks, right? Other than that, I mean, maybe your son tells his son that you existed, but he'll never really know you, right? Because you're gone. It's been a while, right? And then you go, all right, well, maybe like a few people remember me. What about 1,000 years, right? Very, very unlikely that your name will ever be spoken again, right? Maybe in a textbook, maybe you'll be taught about in school if you're really that big of a deal of a human being. What about 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years? I would argue in 1,000 years, 99% of the population is non-existent to everybody else on the populace, right? Like everybody else on Earth they have no idea that you ever existed. They don't even have an idea of you in their head. In 1,000,000 years, we're at that point, we're practically a different species from how far we would go in just like every facet, right? The way that we think, the way that we act, the things that we do on the daily, it would be completely different. Think about what we were doing even 1,000 years ago in like the medical field or the scientific field, like stuff like that. Like when you think about the fact that people who were saying that the earth was round were seen as heretics and they were arrested for what they were saying, like just thinking that the earth was round and that maybe maybe everybody isn't revolving around us, right? And then like you just think about the fact that however far into the future it is, right? At some point there won't be enough room for more bodies in the ground, and they'll take you out. They'll take your body out, and they'll burn your body, and then they'll put somebody else in your place. That's how little you'll mean in 1,000 years, whatever. You know what I mean? You'll be that forgotten, where it's just like, just move this guy, right? So again, you say, why, right? All of this, why, right? Why are we doing any of this, right? But you can't give in to that why. You can't give into this world in that way. You can't just say, oh, it's all pointless, right? It's all meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. Whether it does or whether it does not, it doesn't make a difference, because I just told you that it didn't matter, right? Tomorrow, you're still gonna wake up, hopefully. Tomorrow, you're still gonna wake up. You're still going to eat dinner, right? Tomorrow night, you're still going to do the same thing. So the fact that it doesn't matter it's self-defeating, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter, right? But now you are truly and unconditionally free, right? You this is bliss, right? Nothing matters at all. And yes, you can do that mental masturbation The video cut out, but you can try to cope with this truth all you want. But at the end of the day, right now you are sitting in a void of nothingness that suffocates you if you get out of this barrier, right? It suffocates you. It is silent. You're just floating in a void right now. And as the earth is keeping you from suffocating, right? Stopping you from suffocating, all that you're doing with those copes is getting more comfortable, right? You were just putting a pillow under your head, and that pillow might stop you from thinking, right? But it's still, the issue is still there. Like, you can get as comfortable as you want with it, but it's still true. But yet I'm making this video. I'm going to have dinner later. I'm going to complete these tasks like Sisyphus, this meaningless task. I'm going to do that, right? And I'm not going to say, imagine Sisyphus happy. It is a good way to put it, but there's more to be said. And this is where you might feel the need to separate life from truth, right? To say, well, this is true, but I'm not going to think about it. But in any other situation, separating yourself from the problem is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. Like, a therapist won't tell you to just never think about these sad things again. They'll tell you to face them, right? Look them in the eyes, right? Again, what Marcus Aurelius said, right? I mentioned it in the last video. Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back, right? You have to face that fear. Because somebody who doesn't face their fears, who doesn't face the issue, is doing one of two things. Either they are denying that thing, or they are so delusional towards it that it just doesn't even exist in their mind anymore, right? So treat this issue like you would treat any other issue, right? Look at it in its face, right? It's just another issue. If anything, it's just an interesting topic, right, to further reflect on. That's all it is. And whether there's any real cope that will let this idea fade away or not, it's just a road bump on the way to my destination. In an hour, I'll be completely moved on from it, because if it all doesn't matter, then it all doesn't matter. It's self-defeating. Like, I'm pretty low inhibition on this topic, because why would you stress about something that doesn't matter, right? So I just told you that none of it matters. And yet what you're going to sit there and stress about it? It's like you can care in your thoughts, but don't care in your actions. Don't let it dictate the way that you live. Because if something doesn't matter, then let it not matter. Yeah.